Well, hey Leo, how about a reading from your metal dog? A bit late, but better late than never. In this cycle, I have been doing Lover's Tarot readings, which is possibly about your love life. But what I mean by the lovers is Mars and Venus have been traveling together. They're currently parting ways, but on their travels, they have engaged Pluto, the planet of transformation, the planet that is like the death card in the tarot. And they have learned painful lessons and come away wiser for it and transformed. And so what we're going to look at in this reading is how that is happening in the life of the Leo collective. This is a general reading. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Check your other placements. You know, your moon, your rising, maybe even your Venus. You can look at your chart for those. But I'll catch you next month if this isn't for you. All right, so what I see is that you are watering your garden. You're putting in the time. This is the Seven of Materials, or the Seven of Earth. It's a beautiful card. It's very much about waiting for the fruits of your labor to bloom. And this particular gardener is dreaming about all of these roses as she waters her plant here. And the kind of empty rose signified by these lines. And I also see she is standing against the starry sky. All right, let's underline that here. A similar bunch of things going on under your surface, my friend. All right. Wow. Okay. A lot beneath the surface here, and we'll bring it in as we go, but I'll give you an overview. So I'm seeing here there's an Eight of Cups, Eight of Emotions. This is going on a journey towards what will fulfill you. There's something missing from your life, Leo, is what this would mean. I can't help but see these two circles here to think of what in the tarot is the moon journey, the moon card. So you've been putting a lot of work into something, and on the table, you can see yourself walking away from that alone. Doesn't mean you are alone in your life. It's just what you've had wasn't working for you. You are here, the Queen of Manifestation. You can see behind her, not a black circle, but the sun. She is the Queen of Manifestation. She is the Queen of the Law of Attraction. She makes real in the world what she wants. So it looks like it's a fire sign, you Leos. So it looks like you are envisioning what will fulfill you and walking towards that. There's also more evidence of movement from one way of thinking to another. Six of Voices, much like the Eight of Emotions or Eight of Cups that is this card. We can see this figure who is aided by this large figure, perhaps a divine guide in your mind, to change your mind. It can also, again, be about a literal travel. That's fine to interpret it that way. I see both of these cards as emotional and intellectual shifts away from ideas and emotional situations, straightening my camera there, that need to change in your life. You're walking towards an emotional new beginning. This is a page of emotions, a page of cups. To me, this is, it's a happy young beginner card, and it's often associated with flirtation. You can see the little fishes here in her shirt swimming towards this empty heart. It's as if there's something missing, but there's a lot coming from this golden place as well. And then we can see down in her gut this beautiful utopian woodsy vision. I get a feeling of the earth here in your reading because we begin with the 7 of earth, and there's I'll show you, but I feel like there's something important here as we now move into earth, the 4 of materials. This reminds us we could settle for just the 4 things, the little things that we made in our 3D life, or and hold really fast to them in a way that is controlling. But there is, if you want to let go of this and trust the process, there is more. And then here you are again in the final card, the Queen of Materials, or the Muse of Materials. It would be like another, it's an earth journey. You are moving in your 3D life towards a new destination. Muse of Materials. Crossing a bridge. There's several images of bridging here. This is one, and this is the other. And I also see this bridge and this garden as parallel in a way. Like this is related to what you have been attempting to cultivate somewhere, but now you're going to need to, in some way, change heart and mind towards a bigger vision and cross over to that. There needs to be movement, and that's what Mars and Venus are telling you. I'm wondering, because they've been traveling together and now they part ways for the rest of the year until they meet and travel together again. Venus moves much faster than Mars, so she will catch up with Mars later, and I don't know where she'll catch up with him or when. But in the lover's relationship, there are 2 complete individuals who part ways and meet up again, and on their separate journeys they learn a lot, and they bring this back to this ever-changing, shifting, deepening relationship. This can happen within you. It can also come down to a choice when you meet back up with this lover, or when you have the option, when you encounter a person that you recognize as this other. The reason it's associated with choice is that you might choose not to travel with this person. Many do not choose the lover because it is a pretty significant relationship, and both people have a choice, and both people can choose each other, which is a beautiful thing. But sometimes it can be, there's all kinds of stuff that I never venture into about twin flames and things out in this tarot world, but it can be quite torturous, karmic relationships. So take what resonates with you there. Let's look at the tarot. We're going to ask 4 questions. We'll give a card for each question, and then we'll clarify each card. So we're going to ask what Mars has learned and wants to communicate to you, what Venus has learned and wants to communicate to you, what the tarot says is hidden from you that you need to know, and finally, some overall advice. So let's see what we have. We're going to look at the Guardian of the Night here. Okay. Mars, appearing as the 9 of Pentacles, the hibernating bear. The 9 of Pentacles is a very singular energy. She is usually female, and Mars has somehow, in all my readings, learned something about being integrated of both the masculine and the feminine. So I keep getting Mars as feminine and Venus often in the masculine, but definitely Mars has been, in a very positive ways, able to integrate femininity after encountering Pluto. So I also see a kind of hibernation here, and I kind of feel about this, that Mars is not single out of choice, but is waiting for the loved one, Venus, to complete her cycle and catch back up with him again when that happens. I had to look that up. When will they meet again? Okay, Venus brings back up the Four of Pentacles. Here, we got this twice. So this is this feeling of holding on to the four bunny rabbits down here. The fox has caught some bunnies, but out here is a much bigger world. There's more rabbits to chase and hunt. There's more out here. So this is definitely a four is asking you to perhaps consider a shift away from withholding, controlling, excessive discipline. Your Venus is talking to you about control. So that's interesting. We'll look more at that as we go along. What the tarot wants you to know is that there is a 10 of Cups. This is okay, you got the 8 here. It's talking about moving away from somebody or something or a situation because you don't feel satisfied. This makes me wonder if you might be wrong to do that, because here we have a 10 of Cups. This is, or maybe this is what you move towards. Here we shall see. There's something about Mars being left, Venus focusing on some control here, or warning about the problem of this. The tarot is saying there's a 10 of Cups here. That's your ideal. That's a completion of a Cups cycle. So we'll clarify. Your overall advice is the 2 of Pentacles. This is very much about finding balance. So if you're being extreme in some way, Leo, there is balance to be had here. We will clarify. I'm not sure what it is. We definitely see Earth as fundamental here. And this also makes me think of the planet of Earth in that sense here. The Earth is coming in here through the suit of materials. The Earth, that is the suit of Pentacles or of Earth. You can see this movement here. We also see the Earth referenced in this kind of gut knowing, I think. It's funny how she's got little octopus tentacles, but there is that reference, this sort of egg-shaped place within her solar plexus, a little lower than that. But chakra-wise, this would be your 3rd chakra, place of power. There is definitely something here, Leo, about power, about taking your power. Both the 9 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles are different ways of thinking about knowing your worth and power, and healthy and unhealthy ways of doing that. 9 of Pentacles is quite healthy. 4 of Pentacles, quite limiting. Okay, well, let's see. We shall clarify. Oh, I did not look to see what's going on here on the bottom. The Emperor and the Lovers and Justice. Oh, okay. And the Magician. Okay, I get it. All right. I understand. So here's the Emperor. This is this controlling, decisive alpha energy that I actually think is coming in through Venus. Here, the 4 of Pentacles. Then we have the Lovers, which this is the Lovers Tarot reading we're thinking about. And I've explained the meaning of this card in talking about the Lovers. This is about Mars and Venus and their relationship, and the Moth here, as well as the Caduceus, will want to make us think about healing, transformation. This is the dance of the Scorpions, which the artist tells us, you may kill your lover instead of choose her or him or them. So that's what that is coming in. But this seems really important to clarify your advice. Balance, to seek balance between you and your lover. Justice. There's honesty or the truth here, represented by the sword. And upon the truth, you want to strike balance. So there needs to be honesty and equality between the lovers here. And there is your power which reiterates this. The Queen of Fire, of Wands, of Inspiration. Yeah, I got that right. Inspiration. And the Magician, also a manifester. This Magician says, you have all the tools. You have everything you need to make the world that you want to live in. So however you think about that, about making it real, this is very powerful underlying energy. This is a significant cycle in your life, Leo. This and there's tension here between staying and going, between leaving, maybe, and returning. But there's definitely travel in your heart and your mind. And if you're thinking about leaving a situation, I'm going to say the cards caution you against that. They actually are telling you, look within. I think this because of the reference here and in the main card for the underlying energy here, both of which cause me to think about that moon journey, right? Which is when you go inside and you look at yourself and you go into your fears. And it is your fears that are the problem, not your person. So that feels like a very clear message to me. And I would say that one person in this dynamic is waiting on the other to release control, or in some way. The Venus member of this lover's relationship here is waiting for that change that will bring balance in the relationship. And I would say whichever you identify with, the person that needs to go inward and do this moon journey, I think that's you. Or if you feel like you're waiting for somebody else to do that moon journey, the cards tell you twice, with the Queen of Inspiration, which is fire, which is your element, and the Magician, that you actually have everything that you need to make this change within yourself. It's very disempowering to think that your happiness depends on somebody else changing. You have the power. I think of the prayer, bless them, change me. Whenever we're trying to control and change somebody else, to pray instead to change myself. Like, even if I'm just going to be released of the wish that they would change. Something like that. Let's keep looking. We will now clarify these 4 cards with, what is this deck? It is the Anima Mundi Tarot. It's another animals-based deck, and it's more subdued, but I find it quite wise. So let's see what it will teach us here. So first, we're looking at Mars, what Mars is saying to us here about this singular energy of the 9 of Pentacles. For me, it feels like this hibernating bear is waiting on her other. The 9 of Pentacles matures potentially into the Empress, which again represents this earthy energy that is coming through very, very strong in this reading. A very grounded 3D job, home kind of place, but also it feels like our planet in some way. So if you're concerned with the planet, Leo, it may be on this scale and not on this sort of more personal, romantic level. So let's see. 9 of Pentacles and the Lovers. Again, here, 2 cranes dancing. Do you have any doubt this was a Lover's Tarot? Another 4 of Pentacles. Okay. We've got this 3 times here. Holding on to that little bit that you've accomplished when you could have so much more. Actually, Scorpio had a very similar message, like, you can have it all. Don't settle. I'm not sure what that means here. And the High Priestess, intuitive knowing. Also the unknown. This refers again to this moon journey. There is some intuitive understanding here on the part of this dreaming bear. I feel like this bear knows this in her sleep. That Mars now kind of, in a way, it's kind of, I guess I'm going to say I feel compassion for this bear who's waiting for her other. And when I said that she matures into the Empress is actually a singular energy. It doesn't mean you're single. It just means that in your coupledom, in your lovers, with your lover, you are complete. You don't need anybody. And in fact, you are with somebody because you love them as they are. You don't need them to change, and neither do you need to change. You love yourself, and loving yourself is the basis of true love. And until both partners feel that way, we see a lot more of this withholding behavior. And I'd say this bear knows this in her sleep, because the High Priestess is from the world of dreams, of intuition, of the moon journey, of the dark, deep, outside of structure, outside of the explicit. You can see that she brings a scroll. She brings information through the night. So there is intuitive knowing. I feel like it's coming in dreams for this bear, because the bear's sleeping. Here we have the Four of Pentacles again, right? We've seen this 3 times. This one, and then our little raccoon here. Okay. So this is Venus, and this is what she wants you to know here. Somebody's withholding and being controlling and limiting their worldview. And there's tons of very expansive ideas here about what you could envision, what you could make happen, tons of power, vision, need to open up in a way. Like, I see this very beautiful open wingspan here, this bat. Look at all that power coming out beneath the moon or the sun. It looks like Mars to me. All right, let's see here. 4 of Pentacles. There's the 10 of Pentacles. That is having achieved the full amount. The 10 is the most you can get. Why stick with a 4 when you could have 10, right? This happens with little cubs, little pups. There's a wolf pups here. It doesn't have to be about building family, but it tends generally mean achieving a goal with others. Then we have the Fool, a new beginning, a leap of faith. And the Devil. Wow, this side of you is struggling with addiction, with codependence, with self-doubt, is feeling chained up, you're holding on to these 4 pentacles because you're terrified of taking this leap of faith, that if I leap, then I get to have all of this, the full ideal, this full family vision, right? If I leap, like the Fool leaps out off the cliff there, carries very little baggage. This would keep you from doing that. This would keep you stuck in a 4 of Pentacles. I think the image says a lot. We see a person in the womb, curled up in the dark, unable to see or envision the world, right? Tons of information here that you have these magician powers, the Queen of Inspiration, your fire, right? You can envision and manifest the world that you want. This part of you is holding you back. It's keeping you chained up. It's keeping your world small. It's keeping you in the 4 of Pentacles. That is a very clear message, whichever you identify with, waiting for somebody or needing to let go. That message between Mars and Venus in this lover's relationship is known by both sides, both parties. And again, be wary of thinking that you're waiting for somebody else to change so you can be happy. Everything else says you need to change if that's how you're thinking. That's interesting. Okay, tarot wants you to know there is a 10 of cups. Just like the 10 of pentacles where we saw the wolf with her pups, we see this community of animals, of emotional connections and relationships. This is the ideal and emotional realm of water and cups. Let's see. There's the 9 of cups. See, this is what I said before. The 9 of cups is wish fulfillment all by yourself. Like, just like the 9 of pentacles is a solitary satisfaction, so is the 9 of cups a solitary satisfaction. I think it's fundamental to know who you are and to know what makes you happy all by yourself before you're able to meet your lover and make that together with another person. Let's see what the tarot thinks. A 5 of cups. A little hermit crab. Cancer. Cancerian energy. 5 of cups. Is it 5? I'm sorry. That is a 4. Okay. The little hermit crab in her shell. Often it's a person sitting under a tree and they don't want to come out. It is the other 4 that has been coming up in all these readings. We're getting the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups in all the Lovers Tarot readings that I've been doing. So the ho-hum energy, and I hadn't realized it is associated with the hermit crab, which we think of Cancerian tendency, a Cancer sign, to go inward. And they ghost everybody because they're sort of licking their wounds, needing some alone time. There's a lot happening in Pisces right now, which is, there's a stellium, there's multiple planets in Pisces, and they're keeping us in the slow moving, watery depths that we should definitely associate with the emotional journey of the 8 of emotions here. Right, remember you're looking at a 9. So the 4 of Cups, this little gal, is there are 3 things you've tried and they sucked, and you're over it and who cares, and you're gonna quit looking for love. And in the 4 of Cups, you ought to look for love because there is the 4th one that it could be as magnificent as this meeting of matched equals who are love one another authentically, spiritually, intellectually, physically, emotionally, on all levels. That's there for you. If you settle for 4, if you stay stuck in the 4 where it's safe in your little hermit crab shell, you don't get to see that. And so there is you getting out of that. Interestingly, another card of Cancer, the Chariot. So either you have Cancer in your chart, or the person that you are connecting with has Cancer. There's a strong possibility of Cancerian energy here. I strangely think of a couple of people in my Leo club here. So yeah, there is that momentum towards, and I see on the table this busting up the devil. This is going right at the devil on the table. So there is a lot of power, momentum towards that. And the Chariot, if you're feeling stuck, the Chariot's the opposite energy that's just going to get you out of there. You're going to mow shit down. There's not a lot of thought, not a lot of consideration, but there's a lot of energy, and things happen. It can be a bit rough, but there's not going to be being stuck here. I feel like you're being pulled out of this withholding safety. I mean, my friend Leo, don't play it safe. Like, you only get one life. There's not a dress rehearsal for life. This is the real deal. This is happening right now. And it's kind of like, go for it. But you think you need to leave to get what you want, but it's right here. It's actually right here. And it's here that you need to do your work. Here in you, not change them. If you keep having the same pattern in your life, if you keep settling for less, if you're afraid of that, if you're like, oh, this isn't a good idea, and this is the tarot talking, not me, because you know who you are, Leo, that has a Cancer in your life, and I might give you the exact opposite advice. I don't know. The cards are saying this, so I plead innocent. Okay. Overall advice is the Two of Pentacles. This is the seeking of balance. It's reiterated here with the Justice card. This is how magnificent that balance can and should look when you're in a lover's connection. It should feel ecstatic, wide open, naked, silhouetted against your wings, like you could easily fly away. You're standing on the truth. The Two Cups representing, I think, the Two of Cups here. The scales are referencing a Two of Cups, which is a true soul connection, like it balanced on honesty, openness. There needs to be that here. No more of like being down. Somebody's in their cave and they're not opening up, okay? Nope, that's not what we're having here. We're having a conversation. Between you, Venus and Mars need to have a conversation. For some reason, Venus, as she leaves, going ahead of Mars, she's withholding somehow. It's so funny. I always wanted to be like a direct path of progress. You cycle and you cycle and you get better and bigger and better, and Venus has had so much wisdom, but it looks like she needs to go learn something else. Like something happened with her and her partner Mars, where she's taken back control. She's full of fear. And it feels to me like there's somebody here or in your relationship or in your life that is having that feeling. Let's see, Two of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. Yep. Hanged Man, you're stuck. Divine time. You have to stay here till you change your mind, till you see things differently. This is a stay, not a go. It's not leave energy. This is stay put, do the work in here energy until you see things differently. Three of Cups. Friendship, reconciliation, emotional community. Maybe you rely on friends, heart people to help you understand and change your mind. And the King of Pentacles. This is the same card as this. Muse of Materials. Very different vibe here. This is a lot more of like a faraway masculine energy. Almost like Venus is looking in a rearview mirror at Mars as she screeches out of the driveway. He hasn't left her heart. This kind of boring but secure, earthy presence. He's like, I'll be here when you come back, baby. Is that you or is that your person? Is it the planet? It could mean all these things. Probably everything. Yeah. So this process of seeking balance, of getting out of, you're not talking with one another, you're not sharing the truth, you're doing the silent treatment kind of stuff, and it's leaving true love behind in your rearview mirror when you do that. Like, this is what the tarot says is here for you. So you need to change your mind, right? That's what this is about. You think you're leaving, you're just changing your mind in a Six of Voices or Six of Swords, a card of the mind. Same with this, like Eight of Emotions is discontent. You feel like you need to leave. This again is an inner journey. This is inner work, Leo. And finally, the Wheel of Fortune is here. So if the reason why you're sticking with the fours, with the small numbers, is that in the Four of Cups with our little hermit, ho hum, everything I've ever done, it never worked out. I have no faith. The Wheel of Fortune says the divine is on your side. The wheel is turning in your favor. It's going to be dependent, I think, on when you change your mind, the Hangman. And I see on the bottom here the remains of what was, the skeleton of your former concept of the world. The Eight of Emotions, the Six of Voices. You've been working on this for a very long time. You've put a lot into this. You're not encouraged to walk away from it. You're actually encouraged to see how it is taking you into an inner journey that transforms you. And so that the carcass that remains at the end of the day is not this relationship, the lovers that are here twice, that are the subject of this reading. What remains is your concept, your limited worldview, your limited expectations here. So that's a pretty clear-cut message, Leo. And I've done 3 readings about you and your partner in the past few months, and I see progress here in your thinking. Like you were in a place of being a bit hard-headed and externalizing, and now you're in a place where the cards are less. They were mad at you in a couple readings ago. Here, they're encouraging you to think about this differently. It's a don't leave them, leave your concepts behind, change your mind reading. And then you get to have this beautiful, just lovers thing that's built on the truth. I feel like I've said it several times, but I feel like it's really, really important that in this relationship, the truth is the foundation for it. I feel like this is, for me, this image comes through as like really important. The bat is standing on the truth, is wide open, open hearts. Both people in this relationship need that kind of approach. So there's your reading, Leo. I hope this helps you. It helped me. I have Moon in Leo. So yeah, let me know. I wish you would. Have a great day.